from students and from the Faculty Teaching Excellence Award winners around a similar sort of theme. So, and a piece of brilliant coincidence, and Jeff, I assure you this wasn't planned, but it just naturally relates to one of the messages you gave during your talk as to how students use feedback they receive from their staff to try and enhance their own learning. So we're very interested to hear what our students have to say about that. And we have two student speakers. The first speaker is Nand from Politics Journalism, and he's a student with a disability. So Drew, I'll invite you to give your talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's a great honor for me to stand before you and present on the importance of effective feedback. Okay, my name is Dhruvkaran Nand, and I'm currently doing journalism and politics. That's major, and I'm from Suva. That's it for this slide. Okay, I'll straight away get into business. Effective and quality feedback clarifies misunderstanding and allows for a second chance. Most of my experiences you'll hear today is basically based on my foundation units that I undertook last semester, and one of them will be from last semester. So that's that. This one, the one that I've just read out, is from the HYF1 course, that's History Politics Foundation. And in this course, what actually happened during one of my assignments, that was basically my first assignment, I had not done really well in that assignment, and I went to see the coordinator the next day when I received the feedback, and I went to see her and rectify what my weaknesses were, or where I had gone down, and why my marks were so low. And as a result of that, I failed it in the first occasion. So what she did was she showed me and told me that my topic wasn't really aligned to the course module. So that's the key failure that I did not address in the first place, and I ended up getting low marks. So my next question was why. How can I improve on that? And that she gave me, okay, what I can do is resubmit and find a new topic or sort of, and come up with something new, something different. And I did so, and this time I succeeded. And she gave me a little of a second chance, because most of the students in that course had failed that that assignment basically, because they also did that same mistake what I did. So I resubmitted and succeeded. As for my second point, is derived from the sociology unit. I knew heading into foundation and heading into my university life that group works in a university is going to be sort of challenging, because you don't really get into you do get into groups, but it's like one person does the work and the other doesn't. So I was very much aware of that sort of thing, and that really gave me a big challenge when I came into my second semester of doing sociology foundation unit. So I had to do a presentation on on women, on social movements. So the group that I was assigned to, we had all done the presentation. There were 3 of us. So we did the presentation preparation together, and in time for the presentation, they did most of the talking, and they did well. But what they did was didn't give me a chance really to speak. So that at that point, after the presentation had finished, the coordinator had highlighted that point that I wasn't really given a chance to speak, but I did speak in between, and which was not really our plan to do that. But to my surprise, when I did, I had actually corrected them and had like sort of saved some marks for them as well, because they were sort of going off topic, so that really made it a little bit difficult for them to gain marks. So the next afternoon I received an email from my coordinator that she would like me to represent or redo the presentation, since I was not given the chance to speak. So this time I had, in a short span of time, I received the email on Tuesday, and on Thursday's lecture I was to present, and within that sort of time frame I had to prepare something at least to get myself some marks, and I did prepare it well and did well in that presentation, and she recommended me for that. And but also my biggest challenge in that one was time, because I had only 10 minutes and time was running out as a last presenter, but I had to present really well, and I did, and she was really happy with what I had presented. My third point is derived from Jain 103. That's journalism course that's I did last semester. So in this unit, I had to do a news story. That was something really I really looked forward to, because it really gave me an opportunity to experience the life of a real journalist, of going down to the ground and interviewing people, finding out what their thoughts were, what things they were doing. And my topic was I was writing an article on my previous on a secondary school women's football teams, since I'm still very much in that sports arena kind of thing. So I decided to take on something of what I was interested in, and I did. But before I would proceed with the article, I had to present or send a news speech to the editor and get it approved. And I did get that approved, but what she did was she gave me feedback, and she told me to get comments from the Fiji Football Association as well. So I did get them and completed the assignment and got quality marks. As for the next point, the fourth point, it's derived from PLFO1, that's Politics Foundation Unit. The assignments are quite simple when you look at it. It was done in parts, so it had 3 parts to it. At first, we were to pick a topic, and then get a source and identify the source, and sort of make a proposal and give the sources from where you would get the ideas and make notes. So I did that part well, and then I came to the second assignment, where you were to make the exact notes from those sources that you had identified earlier in assignment 1. So that was that. and the third assignment was the entire essay. So that's where you exactly get everything together, the notes, and like sort of assemble them together to make a proper essay. As for my last point, I would really like to emphasize on this one, because what we tend to do these days is like what if we don't like something, and then we give it like, oh, like it's sort of a poor feedback, not a really a fair feedback, and it tends to focus very much on the person rather than the content, the idea itself, the content and the idea. So my presentation today, I would like to say that we should always focus on the issue rather than the person. So because the person, if you look at it, when you give that feedback to the person, they'll automatically demoralize, right? And sometimes as a person, we need to think of the person, the recipient of that feedback. So how would they feel? So we'll have to be sort of fair. I would like to share just a short story of one of my friends from Vanuatu. Actually, she went to a tutorial without doing her reading, and the tutor asked the class who had not done the readings, and she had put her hand up, and the tutor had to just sent her out, told her to go out of the class without knowing the reason. And I was told that she had a very genuine reason, because of some internet issues she could not access the notes. So that's one thing I would like to emphasize on, that if a student does not do their work, or does not do their work, and without knowing the reason, you cannot give them a feedback. So let them explain their point as well, and should there be a genuine reason, then try and give them at least a second chance or so. So that's about that in my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have listened to it well and you have enjoyed it, because I have enjoyed presenting it to you. Thank you.